Galactic Standard Date. Year 11356. Day 96. Sol Standard Date. 4th of the 8th, 3267. Basilisk turned towards the trembling Fons and patted his head. Better hope your servants corroborate your story, bud, or you'll get worse than this. At this, Fons looked back towards Basilisk with wide and fearful eyes. I assure you that they will, without a doubt, our great one. Basilisk scoffed and turned away to make another rift back. The trembling Fons lowered his gaze from Basilisk and made sure he was ready to cross the rift as soon as possible. The rift opened to reveal a massive crater that had once housed a city. They passed through the rift, and they flew down to the servants, who were still distraught and wondering what was going on. Fons quickly located his group of servants and zipped over to them as fast as he could, while waving over Basilisk. He landed next to them and was stuttering nervously as he spoke a mile a minute to one of his servants. She was similar to Marilia in body shape and coloration, but she was intensely scarred all across her body. There were obvious lash marks and gouges all throughout her carapace, as well as various other cuts and disfigured chitin. Her black eyes bespoke a lifetime of pain and solitude, but also of intense willpower. Please tell him. Tell him I'm not bad. He already knows about our circumstances, so you don't have to add any more, Gazelle. Basilisk locked eyes with the servant whose name was apparently Gazelle, as he searched for any deception. She seemed to grasp the situation pretty quickly and brushed Fons aside. My name is Gazelle. I have been treated well. I choose to serve this man, though it is more of a friendship than anything else. He was sent here to help us, but there is little he could do in reality. Our group, Libera, was having a hard time attempting to kill the Queen and take control, let alone being able to convince those rotten bastards that they should give up slavery. So please, spare Fons. He told the truth, and he is not like the others. Basilisk looked away from her and focused on the other servants behind her. You all have a say as well. His fate is to be decided by all of you. The servants glanced between each other nervously before they slowly bowed and spoke. We agree. He helps. Please, do not hurt him. Basilisk's eyes lazily moved back to Fons, who was sporting a look, as he just won the lottery. Fons, your story is apparently good for now. I want the details on Libera ready for me by the time I get back. I'm going to go save your world for a bit while I let that depraved city stew in the Vale for a century or so. Fons looked around nervously, and Gazelle raised an eyebrow at him before looking back at Basilisk. What will become of them? What will become of the city? She asked, with a suspicious glance toward the crater. Basilisk sighed and stabbed his sword into the ground so that he could lean on it. He began to list off the likely possibilities as he lazily gesticulated with his free hand. So, depending on how long I leave these people in there, several things could happen. Were I to go back now, just severe trauma. Were I to wait for an hour, they would likely have gone completely insane and be husked of their former selves. I will be leaving them there for longer, though. I will leave them in long enough that they get absorbed by the Veil. Their bodies will begin to meld with their surroundings while they still live. They will still be alive. They will simply be a part of the wall of some building. Perhaps they will be absorbed by the road. Perhaps they will even merge together and become some fucked amalgamation of the two. Who knows? He sighed heavily and let the information sink in with Gazelle and the other servants for a moment before he began again. As for the city, I will be bringing it back, after it has become part of the Veil itself, after it has been twisted and distorted in the same hellish manner that the rest of the Veil is. I will absorb the radiating Veil energies and drop the city back in its crater. It will serve as a warning. No, I promise. With that, you should have enough influence over your species to change their ways. I've already decided to establish Morelia as your next Empress, and it would be wonderful if you all helped her. She needs her own kind, despite how much of a dick most of you are. Gazelle didn't flinch away from his evaluation of her species. She simply narrowed her eyes and asked, And your people are better, I assume? None of this slavery, debauchery, and greed? Basilisk laughed heartily. Oh, we used to be just as bad. The whole threat to mankind thing stopped a lot of it. Then I stopped the rest. I would say that there are fewer criminals in a population that's trillion strong now than there has ever been. We have no lack of any luxuries, so nobody commits crime out of necessity. We have no disease, no injury, near immortality, and I killed most of the corrupt and greedy individuals that had personalities similar to your nobles. We have all that, and we have good leadership. Why would we have anything like this anymore? Gazelle seemed to ponder that for a moment before looking at him with a fire in her eyes. Can you do that here? Can you guide us? Give us everything we could ever need and want? Basilisk shrugged. That's my intention. If nobody accepts, then that's their problem. Anyway, I have worlds to save. Much as I enjoy delaying the punishment of those I sent to the Vale, I do not enjoy leaving possible innocence to these Aryans. Later!